Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the post-match press conference of Team Denmark. We have with us the head coach, Mr. Kasper Hjulmand, as well as the player of the match, Mr. Pierre-Emil Højbjerg. Same as yesterday, we will have a remote translation available through the Interprefy application in German, English, and Danish. So I will please ask you to ask your question in one of those three languages. We can now start with the first question.
Et spørgsmål til jer begge to, Kasper og Pierre. Er I skuffet over resultatet på baggrund af kampen?
Are you disappointed about the result after such a game? I can't say that we're disappointed, but it's a shame. There was a result that we could have gotten. I can't say we're disappointed because we did well. We had a good feeling about this game and we believed that we could win. I think we played well. But the most important thing for me is that we play like we did today in the upcoming games. We can win, we can lose, but playing like this, like we did today, is the most important thing. There was much more in the game. We did well. A few words about Pierre. This is Pierre at his best. He's involved. He fights. He sends signals to the players, to the stadium. We've seen this before with Pierre. When he reaches this level, he just carries the whole team. He did fantastically. What an impact he made in this game. We also have to mention that we're well connected. Pierre is playing on different positions or in different positions that are well connected, and I think that we overall did well. Hjulmand, after the 1-1 against Slovenia, we said congratulations to the Slovenian team, and this time I say congratulations to you. What is the difference from the first game where you got a lot of criticism and people saying that it just didn't work? But it's the same players playing, so what is the difference? I heard that we're not good at receiving criticism, and we can. After the Slovenia game, we were disappointed. But there were some parts of the game that reminded of today's game. We did some things today that we couldn't in the first one, but there were some similarities between the two games. And I know that we've been looking for this kind of game for some time. It's taken us a while. I've never denied this. And I just think that today we showed how we really play and how we really express ourselves with quality, with passion, with the fire. And as I said, we can win, we can lose, but this is how we want to play. And I think that we showed a really great performance from everyone. Pierre, the pitch and the grass weren't really good, in a good condition. What can you say about that? The surface was okay. There were some parts that weren't, but overall it was okay. It was okay. I think it was the same for everyone on the pitch, so nothing to say there. Question for both. How much have we talked about kicking from outside the box? I haven't told anyone to shoot outside of the box. We talked about that we have scored before kicking from outside of the box. And we've also seen it at training sessions that we're able to do that. It's something that we noted also from different games or from previous games. And Pierre had one shot that was very close today. Morten tried one more time after scoring, but we just missed the last piece. Can you both say something about Morten Hjulmand and his goal today? I think the way he came to the national team has shown that it's a player who really wants to get involved, and he understands what it takes to be here. He doesn't hold back. He plays to his limits. And we've seen this in his development, not only here, but also on club level. He does everything to show that he's here, and he wants to show that he want to do everything for the team. So Pierre and him really play well together. They make the game more lively, and they're more comfortable. There were some long periods where we had the control over the game. He has a great personality. He's a player who's still under development, so we haven't seen his top level yet. He's a very good midfield companion. He's a great player. What I like about him is that he has the right attitude and the right approach. People talk about being perfect every time. And I think that he has the right approach to this and to having a really good career.
Aus ihrem Land, über, glaube ich, 15.000. Alle Spiele sind geprägt von einer ganz besonderen
1,000 fans, so all the games have a great atmosphere. It's very different to 2021 or in Qatar. Is that a reason why these Euros are better and great to watch? And maybe the player can say something as well. German or English? Deutsch. I can say that so far the country, the fans have been amazing, very friendly. You have the impression that people come here to celebrate football, and as a player you notice that. So I can say that so far what I've seen from our own fans, it's almost like playing at home. So so far the whole tournament I can only praise everything, so that's really been fun so far. Pierre said everything I think is right. Thank you.
Og eventuelt også om det var det, der gav problemer for VK.
For the first time. It gave problems for what? I don't know. I just want to say that it's amazing. I always say that this is how we want to play, but we can also feel the fans. This is the kind of stadiums we want to play at. So when we run out and we see the amount of people who came here to support us, to see all the pictures from Frankfurt today, it's just amazing. It's amazing to be a part of this. It gives us a kick. And as you said, it's just different. It gives a better experience, both for the fans and for everyone else at the stadium. Football is for the fans, football is for the people, and that is why we're here. they make us the best versions of ourselves.
Few other England players who started to look quite tired, whereas you guys seemed very, very energised. Did you get the sense that England was starting to tire in this game?
I understand. To be fair, England has so many good players, so sometimes to get just fresh energy or a different type of personality in the player can change the game. Ollie Watkins, who came in for Harry, is also a great player, scored many goals this year, and immediately when he came on, I remember we looked at each other, the Danish players, and started to understand, okay, here's a player who is very, very fast and good at running in behind, and maybe this is what they wanted. We saw very quick after some direct balls, so maybe they wanted to change something, which is also fair. Like I said, they have many good players, and of course we also know Harry is their leader, so I don't know, you have to ask their coach the reason for the subs, but they have good players, good different personalities, so yeah, why not?
Hallo, Erik Peters, Bild. Frage auf Deutsch erstmal an Emil.
Emil, how did you manage to stop Jude Bellingham today? And to the coach, there have been so many long-range goals. Why is that? Is it the ball, or is there another reason? I didn't stop Bellingham. You do that as a team. So like you stop Harry Kane and England. So we did all of that together. We were well prepared, well organized, and the players that came in brought great energy in. And that's a sign of the team that we can play together very well and are very well prepared.
Here to Euro, and if you could have a little comment please about this brilliant start of Romania against Ukraine 3-0, especially because could be in the next round Romania-Denmark a special game, depending by the places in the group, yeah?
Before I start to speak about too many games forward, for us the most important thing now is to recover and to prepare the next game. We face a really good team, so the focus is not past the group, is on the next game, and then after we can take it from there. On Radu, good boy, good player, good mentality. I had the pleasure of driving him every morning for a couple of months to the training ground. So yeah, we spent some time together, and is a player that has adapted well and will be even better. So good luck to him. Not against Denmark, but yeah, good boy.
This is the end.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Okay.
No, please. Sorry. Thank you. We'll go straight to the questions with Gareth Southgate, coach of the English national team. Raise your hands, please. Start from here. Thank you.
Southgate, good evening. After 2 games in the Euros, is England performing better than you expected? Worse than you expected? What is your impression so far after 2 games?
Yeah, we have to accept that. Let's talk about today. We didn't press the ball with enough intensity, and we kept conceding possession too cheaply. And when you do those 2 things,
it's hard to have control in the game. So it led to an anxious performance the longer the game went on, and we understand that that's got to be better if we want to progress to the stages of the tournament that everybody's expecting and delivering what we need to deliver.
Next question, here up front, second row.
Hello, Gareth. Sam Wallace from The Telegraph. You very rarely take Harry Kane off. I think it was Hungary in the World Cup qualifier was the last time you did when you need a goal. Is he fit at the moment?
Well, we just felt the whole front line put a lot of work into the game the other day. He's only had 190 minutes in the last 5 or 6 weeks, so the other night took a lot out of him. I mean, we could have stayed with it, but we thought to get speed in the front line at that moment, to get energy, to be able to press was important. So yeah, that was the decision we took with all of the substitutes, basically.
Thank you. I have a question over there.
Pierre from L'Equipe. If we compare to the game to the Serbia, Kane dropped more and Foden play more centrally. So did you give them both more freedom for this game?
Yeah, we played more with the 10 today, and that meant that when Kane was coming low, we had players running past him, a little bit more in contact with him. We also pressed slightly differently, which meant that Foden was starting a little bit more in field. But our press wasn't intense enough, and it meant that our backline had a problem with the players dropping either side of our pivots. So that's something that has to be better. We know with the profile of players that we've got, we don't feel the way to press is really high up the pitch. Don't think that's the physical level of the team at the moment either. But we've got to find a way of being more compact and more difficult to play against than we've found in the last 3 halves of football.
With a question over here before. Thanks.
Hi, Gareth. Oliver Kay from The Athletic. How do you feel the setup has worked and the personnel has worked over the last 2 games? And is it inevitable there'll be changes for game 3 anyway? And what will sort of dictate those changes?
Yeah, we need to look. Clearly, we're disappointed with the level of the 2 performances we've had. So we've got to go and analyse that in depth and find some solutions to addressing the issues that we have. And yeah, over the next few days, we'll spend a lot of time doing that. We know the level has to be higher. We know the level can be higher. Maybe the biggest thing is we have to accept the environment that we're in and the expectations that are around us. And we're going to have to walk towards that challenge. At the moment, we're falling a little bit short of that. Ultimately, that's my responsibility. I'm the manager. And I've got to guide this group in the best way possible to achieve extraordinary things. You have to go through some difficult moments. Today was a difficult moment without a doubt, towards the end of the game especially. But England have never won back-to-back qualification matches, I was told yesterday. So there's a reason for that, and we hoped to write a different story today. We haven't managed that. We understand what that will mean for the next few days, but we have to stay calm inside the group and find good solutions to improving.
Hi Gareth, Mike Keegan from the Daily Mail. Just wanted to get your thoughts on the pitch tonight. It seems to be cutting up really badly. Is that a surprise to come and encounter something like that at a major tournament, and did it impact on the way your team could play tonight?
Well, look, firstly, we can't be making any excuses for the level of the performance. So we have to accept responsibility. We noticed this pitch did cut up the other day in the game we were watching the other day. I think it was Belgium played here. What I would say is, I've been a defender. When you play on a pitch like that, it puts you on edge because you're not quite sure of your footing and you're not quite sure when one moment, one slip could cost the team. But as I said, we've got to look beyond that for the reasons for our performance.
Gareth, Jacob Steinberg from The Guardian. I mean, you've got a lot of young, inexperienced players who are new to this. There are moments in the second half towards the end where you can hear boos from the fans. Is that unhelpful in that environment? Is it making it harder for them to relax?
Look, I think we have to accept this is the environment we're in. We're in the environment of winning on the biggest possible stage, and if we don't hit the level, if I don't hit the level that's needed, then we have to accept what comes our way. We have to find the best way to solve that. Of course, we need the fans. We need the fans, but I have to say they've been brilliant. They've been absolutely brilliant in the stadiums, and I can completely understand their frustration with the way that we played. But what I would say is these boys aren't lacking effort at the moment. They're not. It's not a case of they're not trying. They're not. But we've got to find a better way of playing. We've got to find more quality in what we're doing. So I don't think people would look at them and say they don't care. If anything, at the moment, we care too much. And we've got to find a way of getting that right balance.
Hi Gareth, Matt Lowe from The Telegraph. It's just sounded there, and a couple of things you said yesterday as well, that maybe some of the players are actually struggling to cope with the pressure a little bit. Would that be accurate? And also, do you have a problem with the balance of the team at the moment?
Well, it's clear in terms of the balance of the team that we don't have our best left back available, so that denies you the opportunity for that balance. But I think Trips has done an incredible job for the team. So, his spirit, his organisation, his desire have helped us get over the line in the last 2 games. So that's in no way a criticism of him, but it's obviously going to be different with a right footer there than a left. We have been trying to find a solution in midfield for 7 or 8 years. If we hadn't had Declan Rice for the last few years, I don't know where we'd have been. Unfortunately, Calvin wasn't possible for us for this tournament. Hendo the same. So we're trying to find something different, and some of that has worked, some of that hasn't worked so well. But over the years, that's been a consistent problem we've tried to find the best way of solving, and we've got to do that in the coming weeks as well. We have to accept that we're in an environment where we have to deliver. This is the arena we're in. So we've got to walk towards that challenge. And I'm intending to walk towards it, whatever the reaction is. I'm not going to avoid going over to the fans at the end of the game. We confront it head on. What we've got to do is play better and show people what we're really capable of.
I'll take the last 2 questions here up front, please.
Hi, Gareth. Sam Rockmore, Daily Mail. You mentioned the lack of control potentially in the middle of in midfield. How much is that linked to the Trent playing in there and not having, in your eyes, not having a genuine centre midfielder who plays in that position every week?
Well, one of our biggest problems was we weren't pressing well enough as a team. So he had all sorts of problems to solve without the ball. And most of those he did really, really well. Clearly you're going to see different pictures when you're in there every week. And he's had moments where he's played the passes that we thought he could. We're looking at a team performance. Well, I know and I understand you're always going to ask me about individuals, but the team didn't function today. That's my responsibility. So I have to, I'm in control of that. I have to find solutions to that. The players are giving absolutely everything they have. As I said earlier, if anything, they're showing they care too much. It's for me to find better solutions than we've shown, excuse me, in the last couple of matches.
Last question, please.
Gareth, Paul Joyce, The Times. How big a challenge is this for you to turn it round now? Because you said after Iceland, similar problems that we've seen today, and that was going to be a wake-up call. It doesn't seem to have acted like that. So how big is the challenge you face now?
the challenge is to do something that's never been done before, so it couldn't be any bigger. And we know that we've had a lot of issues to deal with in the lead into that, but we are where we are now, and we have to find the best way forward. So that's the responsibility I have. I've got to lead the group in the right way, make intelligent decisions to find the best balance, to find more of a threat with what we're delivering with the ball, and to be better without the ball, so that we're not needing to defend for the long periods of the game that we are at the moment.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Gareth. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.